Hello students and welcome in today's session. Today we are going to see crop production and management. This is your first chapter of science textbook. Now in this chapter we will see today part first about crop production and management. Now see, in this chapter specifically we are studying about the crop, how we will take, for that what are the different things we have to do, how to harvest and store, all about everything, how to manage the crop and produce good yield from the crop plants. This we are learning, right? So first of all, see why we need to manage the crop, because crops are the plants which are giving us a food. So various types of foods we are getting from the plants. Now why we need to take a food? See here, actually food is a basic requirement of our life, and because of that we will survive. If the food is not there, it is very difficult to survive, because food is the only one which gives us energy. Now in this, different kinds of energy rich foods are there. These are: one, carbohydrate; second, protein; then fats, vitamins and minerals. All these, whatever the food we eat, from that all types of foods, generally we are getting carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Now these all we are saying it as a nutrient. So all these different types of nutrients we are getting from food, and this food gives us energy. So to live a healthy life, to keep our health proper, we need all these nutrients. Now what are the different functions of these foods? It is given here. First function is it provides energy for our various metabolic activities, right? So the first, provide energy for various metabolic activities. Second function is it helps in growth and development of the body. Whatever growth occurs in every organism, this is because of food. If food is not there, nutritious food is not there, not in proper amount, growth will be interrupted, right? Proper growth will not be occur. So proper growth and development, food is essential. Third function is it helps in replacement of worn out tissues. Replacement of worn out tissues means what? Whatever the tissues or cells goes away, worn away, that will be replaced, newly formed and replaced, and repair of damaged cells. This is the next function. And next is healing of wound. Whenever we are get injured, that time these wounds are get healed due to adding new cells, repairing of damaged cells internally in our body. These all things takes place just because of food. So this is the third function of the food. Fourth function, that it provides protection against the diseases. Our body is protected against disease. We will remain healthy because of taking a healthy food, nutritious food, right? So these are the different functions of the food. So the first is that which will provide us energy to do work. Second is that it will help us to develop and growth, proper growth of the body. Third is that it will repair our body cells, heal the wounds and worn out the cells. And fifth is that it will protect our body against the various diseases. So that's why we need to take a food. Now this food, you know that we obtain majoritarily from the crop plants. Now which are the different types of crop plants are there? See here, these are the different sources of food. One is cereal, next is pulses, next is oil seed, and this is the fruits and vegetables. Cereals, wheat, rice, these are the examples of the cereals. Pulses, you can take an example of green gram, chickpea, groundnut. These will come in pulses. Oil seeds are there, sesame seeds are there, soybeans are there. These are the different examples of the oil seeds, from which majority we are taking oil. In that fat is more. and fruits and vegetables are there. From that we are, along with carbohydrate, protein, minerals and vitamins are also getting from the fruits and vegetables. So we are taking food from all these plants. Now we are taking the food from the plants. Then what about the plants? From where they will take the food? They are not taking food from anyone else. They are preparing their food. How they prepare? They have a basic process of preparing a food, and that is nothing but a photosynthesis. For that they need sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, some of the minerals, right? And chlorophyll they have in their body. So in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, by utilizing inorganic molecules like carbon dioxide and water, they will produce a food like glucose. So in this way, by the basic process of photosynthesis, plants will prepare their own food, and from the plants we are obtaining a food. Now agriculture. Next point is agriculture. Now what is mean by agriculture? It is a branch of a science which deals with the study of production and raising of plants and animals which are useful for us. See here, branch of a science deals with the production of plants, how to produce plants, raising of animals, how to raise animals, take care of the animals, and these plants and animals both should be useful to the humans. So whenever we are doing this, studying this in a science branch, then that is called as a agriculture. Agriculture does not involve only the plants, it also involves the animals. That is called as animal husbandry, right? And in this agriculture, soil cultivation, breeding and management of crops and livestock. In livestock, especially animals will come. So this all will be included in the agricultural branch. Earlier, the human beings started agriculture at 10,000 years back. That time the humans were nomad and they are roaming here and there, and they are eating raw fruits, raw vegetables, and they are collecting it from different areas, right? Then they started to grow these fruit giving plants, cereals giving plants at a one place, right? And from that time the agriculture is started, right? So this is the picture which shows you the primitive type of agriculture, right? So here you can see they are raising the animals, they are having the animals, and here also they are growing some of the plants nearby their house to obtain a food from there. So this is what agriculture begins in an ancient time, near about 10,000 years back. And this is what we can say as a crop. Now what is mean by a crop? When plants of same kind, not the different, right? When the plants of same kinds are grown and cultivated at one place, one piece of land, right? On a large scale, it is called as a crop. Once again see, same kind of plants grown and cultivated on one place on a large scale is called as a crop. There are different types of require different climate and conditions, right? Different crops are there, they require different climatic conditions, and based on that crops are classified into three types. These are Kharif crop, Rabi crop and Zaid crop. Now Kharif crop means what? It is also called as rainy season crop. Means they will grow during the rainy season. Rabi crops are there, they are specially grown in the winter season. And Zaid crops are there, that is grown generally in the summer season. Now those growing in the summer season, they definitely require high temperature. Those which are growing in the winter season means they will require low temperature, cold temperature. And rainy season crops are there, they require warm temperature. just where most of the students get confused in Kharif and Rabi. So remember that Rabi, you can rub your hands, and when we are rubbing the hands, that we are rubbing during the winter season because we are feeling cold, and when we feel cold, that time we will rub our hands, right? So just remember with this trick that rubbing in cold season and the plants which grows in cold season are known as the Rabi crops, right? So here you will not be confused. Rabi crops and Kharif crops. Now see these different and comparing points between these three types of crop. In Kharif season, it is grown during the monsoon and rainy season. It is grown during the winter season, and definitely it is grown in the summer season. Now the temperature and warmth. Wet it is there as it is a rainy season, and warm temperature is there. So the requirement of this crop is there, require warm and wet weather. In winter it require cold and dry weather, and Z crops are there, they require warm and dry. In summer season it is not a wet, it is a dry, right? So they require warm and dry weather. Generally it is sown in June, July and harvesting in September and October. Rabi crops are there, sown in October, November and harvested in March and April. And Z crops are there, that is sown in March and harvested in June. Examples are given here. In Kharif crops, see the examples: rice, jawar, urad, bajra, cotton, pea, moong, groundnut. In Rabi crops, it is wheat, barley, gram, mustard and potato. And Z crops are there, that is seasonal fruits and vegetables. So we have here three different crops, three different types of crops based on their requirement of various climates and season, temperature. See here, these are some of the pictures showing you the Kharif crops: rice, corn, soybean, sugarcane, groundnut and cotton. This is the picture of Rabi crops: wheat, oat, chickpea, mustard, almond and broccoli. This is a very important point, because most of the time question will be asked on the Kharif and Rabi crop. It will be asked that either you give the different types of crops based on their climatic conditions, or give the differences between the Rabi crops and Kharif crops, or they will give the examples, list of the examples of the crops, and you have to classify them Kharif crops and Rabi crops, or you have to write the comparative points in three different types of the crop. So very important, mark there as an IMP, right? So 2 marks or 3 marks question will be asked on this point. Prepare it well. Next, see basic practices of crop production. Now whenever we are growing the crops, then in that some of the basic practices we have to see. In that, first, agricultural practices. There are various agricultural practices are there which help us to prepare the soil till its storage, right? See the first preparation, first agricultural practice is preparation of a soil. Before sowing the seeds, before taking the crop, we need to prepare the soil. Then how to prepare a soil, what to do, that we are all learning in this point. Second, once the soil is prepared, we have to sow the seeds. Once the seeds are sown and the plants are grown, crop is grown, then we need to add manures and fertilizers to grow them faster and better. Then need to provide water, that is called as irrigation. Once the irrigation, manure has done, crop will grow properly, produce its yields. Now this yield need to be protected from the weeds as well as insects, right? So this protection is the next point. And after protection, when the yield is mature, then harvesting is done, and once it is harvested, we need to store it properly. So these all are crop production practices. Among that, first is the preparation of the soil, right? This is the first step. Now see the preparation of the soil. Now the preparation of soil is just nothing but whatever the field you have, in that soil need to be prepared. Soil need to be prepared means what? You need to move the soil, right? It should be, layers of the soils need to be up and down moved, right? So this will be done by ploughing and tilling, right? So why there is need to do ploughing and tilling? Whenever the soil is loosened, right, or layers will be intermixed, then the first important point which you need to keep in your mind that plants roots are there, they are growing in the soil, and from the soil they are taking the nutrients, right? So these roots need to be grow properly, deeply into the soil. That's why loosening of the soil is very important. Another thing is that how we need oxygen for breathing. Like that, plants also need oxygen for breathing. Even the roots also takes the oxygen. If the soil particles are not loose, right, and if it is packed, then the gas, air will not be there in between the two particles, and due to that the roots of the plants are there, they will not get enough amount of oxygen. So roots may get damaged, right? So get them sufficient amount of oxygen for breathing. Loosening of the soil is very, very, very important. Second important point is that in the soil there are so many types of microorganisms are growing, right? And these small microorganisms are there. They are actually helping the farmer. They are actually helping to grow the plants betterly. When we lose the soil, these microorganisms also grow very fast. Aeration will take place over there, right? And they will also grow very fast. And because of these all things, loosening of the soil is done, right? So that's why this is the first step, preparation of soil is there. So in preparation, ploughing and tilling should be done to lose the soil. And this is the important point. Question will be asked that why there is a need to lose the soil, right? So these points you have to keep in mind. Better penetration of the roots of the plants. Then second point you can write better growth of the roots. Third point is that good microorganisms are there. Their growth should be better, which will be help to add the manures into the soil. So soil fertility will be increased. And next one is that when the soil is loosed, soil particles are free, then the growth of the plant is again very, very, very better. So that's why we need to lose the soil. See here, the ploughing and tilling. This is done for loosening of the soil. This is done by the plough, right? And this plough is there, it is made up of wooden or iron, and this will penetrate deeply into the soil and it will overturn the soil for aeration. So this is done by the ploughing and tilling. More agricultural tools are there that we will see in our next part. So up to this we have learned that what is mean by crops, what is mean by different types of agricultural implements are there, practices are there that we have seen, and why we need to lose the soils. These are some of the important points. And one more important point which we have seen, that very, very important, different types of crops. So we need to prepare this point very well. And next point is that different types of agricultural implements that we will see in our next part. So whatever points I have said, that you read out properly from your textbook. After listening this video, you read out the textbook. I have underlined the different points that you go through and prepare well. Try to understand. If you want ask any doubt, then you can send me a message. I will clear that doubt, right? And just practice it very nicely. Important points two are there. One is different types of crops, right? Rabi crops and Kharif crops, Z crops, that you prepare very, very well. Another is definition of crop is there. That definition of crop In that you have to remember that same types of plants and on same piece of land. These two words are very important. Otherwise you take an example of your garden. Are you think that whatever your garden is there, that is a crop field? No, because in the garden we are planting different types of the plant, and that will be countable. 2, 3, 4 types of, one type of plants will be there, right? So there we can't say it is as a field, crop, right? So crop means what? Same types of plants need to be planted on same piece of land on a large scale, right? Then and then only we will call it as a crop. So the definition is important. Types of plants, types of crops are important, and loosening of the soil. Why it is important to lose the soil, right? So these 3 points are there. Prepare it very well. I am going to ask questions based on this. So prepare well and all the best. Do well.